The story of history's greatest conqueror began at a moment when he was just 12 years old. In the royal court, a wild and terrifying horse was brought in. The horse was so fierce that no one dared to go near it. All of the king's finest riders tried to tame it and failed. Then, the king's 12-year-old son stepped forward. He looked deeply into the horse's eyes and realized that the animal was terrified of its own shadow. The boy gently turned the horse toward the sun, patted its neck softly, and in the blink of an eye, mounted it. The horse calmed instantly, and the entire court fell silent. The king, astonished, said, "My son, this small kingdom is too little for you. You are destined to conquer the world." That boy grew up to become the greatest conqueror in history, Alexander the Great. In today's documentary, we'll reveal how a young boy's wisdom and courage made him the most powerful ruler the world had ever seen. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because this story will take you on an unforgettable journey through history. At the age of just 20, Alexander ascended the throne. By 25, he had crushed the mighty Persian Empire, and by 32, he had become the most powerful man on earth. When Alexander was 13, his father entrusted him to the great philosopher Aristotle. Aristotle didn't just teach him philosophy, he expanded his mind. From the ages of 13 to 16, Aristotle taught him philosophy, governance, strategy, logic, medicine, and science. One day, Aristotle told him, "The world is just a map, and you are the hand that will draw upon it. You can change the lines of the earth if you make your mind your greatest weapon." These words weren't just education, they were a spark. Alexander's eyes lit up. He looked toward the sky. In that moment, he didn't feel like a prince. He believed he was destined to rule the world. From then on, he had one obsession: conquest. Not just Macedonia, but Asia, Africa, and lands yet unknown. He vowed to become not only a ruler by sword, but a master of thought, philosophy, and human spirit. When he was 20, his father, King Philip, was assassinated. Historians differ. Some say it was a personal feud. Others claim Alexander's mother, Olympias, orchestrated it, fearing Philip's new wife would bear another heir. That night, as Philip's blood was spilled, Alexander transformed from prince to emperor. But sitting on the throne was not easy. Enemies surrounded him, and rumors spread through Greece that a boy had become king, and that the time to overthrow Macedonia had come. After his father's death, rebellions erupted everywhere, but the young king took decisive action. He crushed internal conspiracies, restored order in Macedonia, and subdued the Greek states that thought Macedonia would fall apart. When the city of Thebes revolted, Alexander responded ruthlessly and destroyed the city completely to set an example for others. Then, he turned eastward toward the vast Persian Empire. Along the way, he conquered smaller kingdoms or formed alliances, but his true test awaited King Darius III of Persia. Darius had a massive army, immense wealth, and an empire stretching for thousands of miles. Alexander had only 40,000 elite soldiers, but also unbreakable determination. Their first major battle took place at Issus. Alexander used brilliant tactics, breaking through the Persian center where Darius himself stood. Darius, terrified, fled the battlefield, leaving his mother, wife, and daughters behind. Alexander treated them with respect and told Darius's mother, "I will treat you not as an enemy's mother, but as a queen." Even his enemies were astonished by his nobility. Darius regrouped and sent Alexander a letter offering to divide the world between them. "Let us divide the world," he wrote. "You take the west, and I will keep the east." Alexander refused and declared, "There cannot be two kings under one sun." The next great battle was fought at Gaugamela. Once again, Darius's forces outnumbered Alexander's by hundreds of thousands, but through strategy, discipline, and the loyalty of his men, Alexander triumphed. Darius fled again, but this time his own generals betrayed and killed him. When Alexander found Darius's body, he was filled with grief. He punished the killers and buried Darius with royal honors. Now, Alexander was ruler of the mighty Persian Empire. His fame echoed across the world, and his name became synonymous with power. After conquering Persia, he turned toward Egypt, a land long oppressed by Persian rulers. When his army reached the Nile, the Egyptians welcomed him as a liberator. The priests crowned him with the sacred title of Pharaoh. In Egypt, Alexander began a grand vision and founded the city of Alexandria, which still stands today. He personally designed its layout, including the world's largest library and a magnificent lighthouse. It wasn't just a city, it was a dream of unity between East and West. Alexander continued his conquests, reaching as far as modern-day Pakistan and India, a land of rivers, jungles, and mountains. There, he faced King Porus, a skilled ruler with a powerful army of war elephants. The battle was fierce, and the earth trembled beneath the elephants' feet. But Alexander used brilliant strategy. He isolated the elephants and ordered his cavalry to attack from the flanks. He fought on the front lines himself, never stepping back. Inspired by his courage, his troops fought with renewed strength. After a long and brutal battle, Porus was defeated and captured. Alexander asked him, "How should I treat you?" Porus replied, "As one king treats another." Impressed by his dignity, Alexander not only spared him, but restored his kingdom and made him an ally. That was Alexander's greatness. He didn't just conquer lands, he conquered hearts. By then, his empire stretched farther than any before, from Greece and Macedonia to Egypt, Mesopotamia, Persia, Afghanistan, and the Indian subcontinent. He had carved an unforgettable mark on the map of history. But years of war, endless travel, and homesickness had exhausted his army. When he decided to march further east toward the river Ganges, his soldiers refused to continue. He pleaded with them, "We have conquered half the world. Just a little further, and we can rule it all." But their eyes no longer burned with ambition, only the longing for home. Alexander accepted their decision with a heavy heart. He married princesses from Persia, Afghanistan, and Central Asia, not just for love, but to unite his vast empire. It is said that nearly 1% of the world's population today carries Alexander's DNA. After conquering half the known world, he set out to return home. But in Babylon, modern-day Iraq, he was struck by a mysterious fever. At the age of just 32, the greatest conqueror in history breathed his last. In a mere 12 years, he achieved what no one else ever could. He made half the world bow before him. From the battlefield to diplomacy, from conquest to compassion, Alexander was not just a warrior, he was a visionary, and thus ended the journey of the young man who became a king at 20, the man history will forever remember as Alexander the Great.